Hello again, everyone. It's Andrea Lorraine back with you again today on Tuesday for my second live video. It's the best experiment in the world. I'm really enjoying myself. My name, as I said, is Andrea Lorraine Allen. I am based at Seselem365.com. I'm a transformational life coach. I work with women who are going through difficult times, who are going through times of transformation in their lives, in their home lives, in their work lives, maybe even in their internal lives. And I help them to navigate life as they go through these changes. So that's a little bit about me. It's a little bit about where I'm based. Today we're going to talk about confidence. We're going to talk about different ways that we can feel more confident within ourselves. I think that everybody needs to know how to do this. When we're children, when we're born as teeny tiny things, we come bouncing out of the womb absolutely confident about everything in life. If I shout loud enough, I will be fed. We have zero worries about that. We're totally confident that food is coming eventually. We know that if we need to pee, we just pee. No problems at all. We have absolute confidence in life. It takes just a few months for that confidence to start being hit. It takes just a few years for us to learn actions and to learn really that life is strange, that life is unsure, and we start feeling a little bit worried about ourselves, a little bit unsure about our lives. It doesn't take long at all for that confidence to be hit. So I think all through our lives we need to learn and relearn how to lift our confidence back up. By the time we get to school, by the time we get to work, our confidence has often been shredded. So we need to learn internally how to build our confidence back up. If we're really fortunate, there's someone in our lives who will always be there to bolster us, always be there to explain how awesome, how wonderful we are, and the amazing things that we're capable of achieving. But often we don't have that in our lives, and we have to turn to ourselves internally and to our spiritual guides, whether you call that God or the universe or whatever the case may be. We need to find something internal and external to keep pushing us forward and building back up our confidence. Now, these tips that I'm going to go through with you, these 11 tips that I'm going to go through with you, I've actually prepared an infographic that you'll be able to download. Let me think. I'll make sure that it's placed somewhere in this video. I don't know which platform you're on. If you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, you may find it in a slightly different place, but somewhere nearby I will make sure that there's a link in the description that will take you to the PDF that you can download that has all of this information that I'm going to talk to you about today. Okay, so let's start. You know about me, you know where you can find me, Seselem365.com, and you know what we're going to be talking about. Okay, number one, I keep looking up because I've got two screens here. It's kind of messing with my head a little bit. I've got my notes here and my screen with everything I'm going to talk about here, and also I'm looking at you. So I beg your pardon that you'll have to be following me around, but it helps me to make sure that we stay on track with what we're talking about. Now, the first thing I'm going to mention is that confidence is a skill. People don't really think of confidence in that way. They imagine that people who are really self-confident and they've got it all going on, it's all in them, and they walk into a room and they own the room, they think that that's how they were born. There are genetic factors that will influence that kind of behavior because, of course, we're a combination of our parents. If one parent was really outgoing and extroverted and the life of the party, yes, we're more likely to inherit those kinds of characteristics. But often you'll have skills that you have learned over time. So bear in mind that confidence is a skill. You can therefore learn it and you can therefore improve it. So here we go. Let's imagine that we are going through an acronym of the words be confident. We're going to start off with the B, the letter B. And we're going to remind ourselves that we can be our own role model. It's possible to be your own role model. You can be proud of all that you've achieved. You may say, oh, I haven't achieved anything in life. You may not have achieved anything according to your society or your culture's expectations, but you know that you have achieved a great deal. If you say, oh, I've only ever been at home, I've never been to university, maybe you've taken care of an elderly mother, and somebody else would say, I would never be able to do that. I wouldn't have the patience, I wouldn't have the strength, I wouldn't have the internal fortitude to do that, but you did it, you achieved it. Sit down and make a list of all of the amazing things that you've achieved, and remember to think outside the box. We're not just talking about going to uni, even though, yes, if you have done, that's going to go on the list too. But there are so many things that we achieve in life. We need to be our own cheerleader and be our own role model and be proud of ourselves, live our own values every day. Let's go to the E in be confident. Express yourself. Share what you think and what you feel with others. And I know that some people find this a little bit difficult. You know, if you're more introverted, if you're not very confident in yourself, and that can happen to people, even people who are very extroverted may be unsure of themselves. But listen, speak up. Dare to speak up. And if that is really scary for you, watch yesterday's video, which was all about being bold. Be bold and speak up. Speak your mind, share what you think and feel with other people. There's something about expressing yourself that builds your confidence. You often hear about people who are terrified of speaking in front of people. They go on to become national speakers. Why? Because they taught themselves different techniques that would allow them to push to one side their fear, and they express what they have inside of them. They express their views or they tell their story. Expressing yourself leads to more opportunities and more confidence in expressing yourself even more. You've got to practice. You've got to start doing what you want to do. Let's go to the C in confidence. You're going to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. You've got to stretch yourself and persevere to overcome obstacles. It feels fantastic when you do this. Feels absolutely fantastic. I'm sure you've been through difficult times where for a really long time you had to kind of get up every morning and say, okay, I'm still in the middle of all of this crap. I hate it. I hate my life. I hate what I'm going through, but I'm going to persevere because I know that when it's over, I'm going to love the results. I'm going to love the fact that I've been through the tunnel and I've come out the other side. You've challenged yourself and told yourself, I think I can do it. I'm really stressed. I'm really tired. But you have lived up to the challenge. And at the end of it, that feeling, wow, that feeling of, oh, I did it, finally, I've come through to the other end. That's the best feeling of the world, in the world. Sometimes it's the journey that is the challenge, but sometimes it's actually getting to the end that gives you the best feeling. So yes, so the C in be confident is challenge yourself, stretch yourself, persevere, overcome obstacles, and feel great when you come out at the other end. Okay, let's look at the O in be confident. The O, we're going to say that the O stands for only your opinions about you matter. And this is something that a lot of people struggle with. You'll probably find that it's really normal to worry about what other people are thinking, their opinions. What will people at work say? What will my family think? What will my extended family think? You know, I have the support of my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my whatever the case may be. My children think I'm great, but my mother and father think I'm nuts, and my uncle and my in-laws are really, you know, is this the person we want our son to be with? No, don't worry about anybody else's opinions. Only your opinions matter about yourself. When you're in the middle of a challenge and you need to build your confidence, you can't be concentrating on what other people are thinking and what other people want and what other people think about what you're doing, as long as you're not doing anything that's completely illegal. Of course, we're always presuming that these things are in tune with your true values, your true healthy values. But once you decide that you're going to do something, for instance, start a new business in an area that's unusual perhaps for people in your family to go into, but you know you can do it, you know you can achieve something amazing. You have a little bit of funding, not quite enough to last you for a year, but enough to get you through the next couple of months, and everybody's like, are you crazy? But you know it can work. You know you can make it work. You kind of have to switch off the negative voices, switch off the toxic environment that's coming at you, and only concentrate on your opinion. Stop worrying about what others are thinking of you and focus instead on what you think, because otherwise you may become totally paralyzed. Over analyzing what other people's opinions are paralyzes you. I'm sure you've seen that many, many times before. If not in yourself, then in other people. Focus on your opinions. Let's go to the end. No more negative self-talk. It's not allowed. Negative self-talk is so destructive. And we all do it. We have thousands of thoughts every day. Whether we want to or not, they come unbidden to us. We have thousands of thoughts, and we know that the majority of them are, you're so stupid. How could you do that? You dropped it again. You're so clumsy. What an idiot you are. Stop it. If you're going to have self-talk, at least make it positive. And yes, you can control the thoughts that come to you. You may not necessarily be able to only have positive thoughts, but you can stop yourself from having negative thoughts. How do you do that? As soon as a negative thought comes into your mind, you recognize what it is and you say, nope, I'm not allowing it. I'm going to stop it immediately. So even if you're not yet ready to replace all of the negative thoughts with positive ones, you can stop the positive thought in its track, the negative thought in its tracks. So the minute you say, oh man, I can't believe I did that again, I'm so stupid. Oh, that was negative. I'm going to stop it. And eventually, as you go along, you'll be able to replace it with others. If you have to, write down a list of positive thoughts that you can replace the negative ones with. And of course, these are affirmations. One of the days, actually, I must put a list of affirmations onto my website. I have thousands and thousands that I've created that I pick and choose from to send to my clients. I usually send a little group of 10 on a note list, and I say, look, you need, as your homework for this week, to go over these 10 affirmations, affirmative statements, positive statements that build you up, lift you up, destroy the negative, and make you feel more confident about yourself and about the situation you're dealing with. I usually choose quite a few of those for my clients, and I say, go over these again and again this week. And eventually the subconscious mind, which really doesn't care what you're putting in your mind, whether you're putting in negative things or positive things, it will just grab onto it and keep working on them. Because you have those positive thoughts going into your head, as you repeat what's on that little bit of paper, you start thinking positive thoughts. You start remembering yourself of those. So the N is no more negative self-talk. You're going to imagine that you're a loving parent to yourself, and you're going to say positive things as your loving parent to yourself. Create a list of affirmations. Okay. Let's go to the F in confidence. Forgive your mistakes. Remember, there's no such thing as failure as long as you keep going. If and you fail and you fail and oh, it didn't work and I have to try it again, oh, that was the wrong shape, the wrong color, the wrong type, the wrong business, it doesn't matter how many wrongs there are, as long as you get up and start again and try again. You may need to go a different route, you may need to try a different way, you may need to bring in different help, different staff, different something in order to keep going, but you don't fail until you stop. When you stop, it was a failure and you need to move on. But if you keep trying, it's still a possibility. So forgive your mistakes, leave them in the past. Remember, there's no such thing as failure. You are learning. You are learning the best way to do what you want to do. Keep moving forward. Let's go to the I in confidence. Confident. I am awesome. I am awesome. Every single child that is born on God's earth is awesome. It doesn't matter what's happened in your life. I am... Oh, hello. We're reconnected. My internet connection died just when I was in the middle of something awesome. I'm going to repeat it again now that I'm back again. Sorry about that. It wasn't me, it was the internet. We broke the internet with all of this confident awesomeness. Yes, so I was saying that you're awesome. You need to be aware that you're already a fantastic, unique, once in a lifetime creation. So I was talking about a man who was born with such great disadvantages that it would have been easy if his parents weren't so forward thinking for him to have ended up in an institution not doing anything in the world. And yet instead he is inspiring millions. He's written books. He has traveled the world. I need to find his name actually. I'll put it in the notes below. I forget his name. I've loved his work for ages. I'll make sure that it's in the notes below. He has traveled the world inspiring millions. He continues to do so. He's married. I think he's got a couple of little kids and a beautiful wife. He's lived a fuller life than I have with 4 limbs less. We're all unique. We all have amazing possibilities within us, including you. There's nothing you can't do. So remember that you are awesome. Go out and prove it to the world. Let's go to the D in confident. Don't waste energy comparing yourself. I'm not going to spend much time on this. It's obvious. It's really simple. The more time you spend comparing yourself, even if it's just to the boy next door, to the woman next door, the worse your life will be. And I say that very specifically, the person next door, because there are so many people who are keeping up with the Joneses. The neighbour, they've got a new car. Look at the carpet they have in their house. I really love their fence. Why don't we have that? We just waste so much time doing. It doesn't matter if you're trying to compare yourself to the Kardashians or you're trying to compare yourself to the guy next door. You need to stop doing that. It sucks away your energy. Comparison with somebody at work, in your family, it sucks away your energy. It's energy that you could be using to move forward in your life, to build your confidence and do something worthwhile. So don't waste your energy comparing yourself to other people, other things. Comparison is a thief of both joy and confidence in your life. E in confident. E stands for excellence. Be excellent. Don't try and be perfect, because perfection doesn't exist in this world. Our world is filled with so many difficulties. It's an imperfect world, and in many ways those flaws, those imperfections are what make life worth living, are what make life beautiful. When there's pain and difficulty all around, the fact that people come and help and lift up and join in, it creates a sense of community that perhaps wouldn't have existed because of those difficulties. In every painful and difficult situation, you'll find beauty, you'll find joy, you'll find community, you'll find love, you'll find care. So what we're looking for in this imperfect world is excellence, recognizing that there are flaws everywhere. Everywhere. We're looking for excellence, not perfection. Perfection looks good, but you need to get off Instagram, because those perfect photos are not perfect. Not really. They've probably got 3 people in the background with the makeup and the camera and the this and the that. That's tiring. I mean, really, trying to look perfect might make you feel good in the moment, but you're going to be worn out and you're going to sleep hard tonight. Hard. because it probably wore you out. And it's tiring not just for you, but for other people around you. If you're trying to have a perfect home and you're scrubbing and you're cleaning and how much time are you spending with your children? How much time is your partner tiptoeing around you, trying not to mess up the perfection and the perfect atmosphere that you've created in that home? It's tiring for you and for all those around you. Excellence, however, is a wonderful thing to aim for. Excellence, not perfection. Let's go to the N in confident. Be confident. No part of you is going to be left behind. No part of you. You need to accept all of yourself. You need to learn to love all of yourself. Let me talk about myself. I know I have a million flaws. I know that I am not necessarily a good person. I recognize that. There are certain things in me that I'm not thrilled about, that I wouldn't necessarily want to share with other people, even though I do. I share of myself with my clients a lot. But I recognize that many of those difficult things in me are actually the things that make me strong. So when I've been through difficult times in the past, I've done ridiculous things, and I look back and I think, oh my goodness, really not my finest moment. But I learned so much from it that I can share it with other people and help them not to go through what I went through back then. I accept myself, I accept my flaws, I accept my difficult points, I accept so many things about myself because I believe I can share them with other people who will be much more intelligent than me, and they will learn from my mistakes and say, oh, that happened to Andrea, I will not go there again. I will not do what she did. Yeah? So we need to learn the N in our confident acronym here and know that no part of you should be left behind. We're going to learn to love and to accept all of ourselves. Finally, T in Be Confident, our acronym of the day. Look at your talents. Discover your talents and use them. Use your talents. I think a lot of people have greatness lying dormant in themselves, and they choose not to look at their talents, not to use their talents. They imagine that they're not very useful. People won't be interested. People can go for years, really, with greatness lying dormant in themselves, and then one day they wake up and they say, I'm going to move forward now. We all know the stories of people who didn't become amazing actors or wedding dress designers or build amazing chicken until they cook amazing chicken and open restaurants and so on until they were in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, because suddenly it was time. They recognized this talent that I have in myself is amazing and I want to share it with the world. So, talents. Discover yours. Take the time to use them, even if it's just with a few people initially. And that will help you to feel great about yourself. When you know that you have a gift and you're not sharing it, it brings your confidence down. It really does. Because you think, I know I could be doing more. I know I could be doing better, but I'm not. But when you start sharing it with the world around you, when you start showing love to people using your natural gifts, I feel great. It builds up your confidence. So your talents, you need to discover them, you need to use them and feel great about yourself by using your strengths and talents in life. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. What I want to do is to ask you this week to choose 3 actions. Write them down in a list on the graphic. I'm going to add this information to it. Write down 3 actions that you feel will embody more confidence in your life. So you're going to put, this week I will do so and so because it will build my confidence. This week I will do such and such because I believe it will build more confidence in my life. This week I will do so and so because I believe it will build more confidence in my life. we've gone through all of these different things that you can be doing in order to build your confidence. Choose 3 and decide that this week, yes, definitely, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do them. I'm going to start living a more confident life. Listen, we've come to the end of the section 4 today. I hope that has helped you to at least get all of the juices flowing, the creative ideas flowing. If you feel you're being too timid, you're holding back, that you could be doing more, go through that exercise, the homework I just gave you of writing down 3 things that you can do to start building up your confidence. Please share with me in the comments below what you did or what you've chosen for your list of 3 things that you want to move forward with. And if you can, tell me why. Tell me why and how you believe that will build up your confidence. It will help me to read that stuff. That really encourages me. It makes me feel good to know that I've made a difference in your life. I love that feeling. I love being able to share things and know that it helps other people. But also, it may help somebody else who comes after you who will read your comments as well. So please do share. Finally, please subscribe, friend me, connect with me, like me. I don't know what platform you're on, if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, but wherever you are, please do something so that you can connect with me and you can learn about more videos that I'm going to be sharing in the future. But now that I've said that word share, please share. If you know someone who is very timid and they need to see this video, please share it with them. Send this video out into the world to help build confidence around the world. Most importantly, come and visit me at secelum365.com. I'll put the address, a link down in the descriptions. Remember that I can be working with you as your life coach. I actually have a 0-cost coaching session that you may wish to sign up with. You can find that on the website as well. So that's the end of our live video for today. Thank you so much for being here. If I see you in the future on this video, I hope it's been useful to you. God bless your day. Have a sparkling week. Until tomorrow.